What is poppin', Sports Galaxy fans? Today we're going to be doing our 2020 NBA mock draft. Now, if you don't already know, the NBA draft was officially announced to be on October 15th, 2020, which is a long ways away. But we'll be doing mock drafts weekly until the draft. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe for more, and let's get right into it. Starting off with the Hawks, who trade up to number 1. We're using the default current draft order, and we're not going to be predicting the draft lottery results. The draft lottery was announced to be on August 25th. Number 1, Anthony Edwards. He's often compared to Victor Oladipo. An amazing defender, great in transition, pull-up jumpers are his expertise. The Hawks definitely needed better defense on the wing, and Trae Young is definitely the worst defender in the league, hands down. And Edwards can kind of be their glue guy. And my NBA comparison for him is definitely Victor Oladipo, and he's going to make their team much, much better. Now at number 2, to the Cleveland Cavaliers, we got Obi Toppin, extremely efficient in transition, and he'll complement Sexton and Garland extremely well. He's a flashy dunker, and he can score well in the post. And he can shoot very well from the outside. He can be a great small ball 5 or a stretch 4. And his biggest flaws are definitely his post defense, which is why a lot of analysts think that he'll be better off playing the small forward position in the NBA maybe. And he's definitely a top 5 pick in my eyes. Now number 3, LaMelo Ball to the New York Knicks. He's a gifted ball handler with exceptional size at 6'7". LaMelo's only 18, and he's one of the youngest players in the draft. Obviously, he's brothers with Lonzo, and who hasn't been great in the NBA thus far, but he still has time to grow. LaMelo's court vision is excellent, but unlike Lonzo, LaMelo's defense is incredibly lackluster. His ability to score is tremendous, but the Knicks will definitely struggle defensively with this selection. I can definitely see the Knicks trading up for LaMelo here, because LeVar will definitely want to see him go to a big market, and the Knicks are looking for leadership and a new face of the franchise. Now number 4, the Warriors trade down, and they still get James Wiseman. They get the guy that they would have took at number 1. And they get a lot of depth in the process. We'll break down that trade after Pistons pick at number 5. But with a 7'5" wingspan, James Wiseman is going to be an incredible shot blocker at the next level. He's extremely agile on the post and sometimes even knocks down a 3-ball well. He'll fit in amazingly with the Warriors' pick and roll offense. And if they can develop him as a better rebounder, he'll be the ideal center for Steve Kerr's offense. And number 5, Killian Hayes, a tremendous 3-level scorer who will at least be a solid starter in the NBA at the worst. The Pistons are going to be without Derrick Rose in the near future, and he's going to be a great scoring 1 at the next level. And my NBA comparison for him would definitely be Goran Dragic, who's the prototype scoring point guard in the NBA. He's a lefty, and he has the lowest bust potential in the class, in my opinion. Now, the trade details here. The Warriors trade the number 1 pick to the Hawks for the 4th pick, DeAndre Bembry, Cam Reddish, and a 2022 first-round pick. Now, the Warriors add a lot of depth in this trade, and they're still able to take Wiseman, who they would have took at number 1. And they're going to be looking to return to championship form immediately. And they're now going to have a similar roster to the 2015 team that they won a ring with. Only difference is that they have a better big man than Bogut and Wiseman. And they're going to have much more shooting on the wings with Wiggins, Bembry, Reddish, and Jordan Poole. And the Hawks, meanwhile, are very willing to give up these pieces because they know they have an extremely good young core with Trae, Edwards, Hunter, Collins, and Capella. And the Hawks are going to be very good in the near future if they get Edwards, so watch out. Now another trade here. The Knicks trade up from number 6 to number 3 to take LaMelo, but they give away Kevin Knox, Reggie Bullock, the number 36 pick, and a 2022 first-rounder to do so. And the Knicks are extremely eager to move up to take what many would consider to be a risky talent in LaMelo Ball, and they give up a lot to do so. And the Timberwolves get a lot of potential talent here. And they got Avdija, who they would have been willing to take at number 3, at the number 6 pick. So the Timberwolves definitely win this trade. And number 6, Denny Avdija, as I already said. An excellent playmaking forward who operates extremely well out of the pick and roll. He'll do great things with D'Lo and Cat and Malik Beasley in Minnesota, as they're all incredible at the catch and shoot. He's a great defensive wing who would fit well with a lot of these teams. His only flaw is his inconsistency from 3, which hopefully he figures out, or he'll be a future bust. Now, number 7, the Bulls, Devin Vassell. The Bulls are in a very tough position here. There's no teams that would really want to trade up because the consensus, top 6 prospects are gone, in my opinion. The Bulls really need to hope that they get a good draft lottery luck because they don't want to be put in this position where if they draft on team needs, it'll be a big reach and they can't trade down. So with that being said, the Bulls grab a tremendous 3-and-D player who can hopefully be a cheaper version of Otto Porter, who's currently on their wing. At number 8, first bust I'm projecting, Onyeka Okongwu to the Hornets. He's a very strong mobile center, and he averaged 3.5 blocks along with 1.6 steals in college. However, he's very undersized, which is going to hurt his play style a lot, and he's my first bust. And in my NBA comparison for him would be an undersized DeAndre Jordan. Now, number 9, Tyrese Halliburton. The Pacers trade up here. He's a 6'5" point guard who can guard any wing position. He shot 43% from the 3 at Iowa State, and he shoots the floater incredibly well. He's more of a 2-guard in my eyes, as he mainly played off-ball in college. My NBA comparison for him would be a poor man's Trae Young on offense, but a very good defender. And the Pacers trade up for possibly the best point guard in the draft, moving from number 19 to number 9. Now, number 10, Isaac Okoro goes to the Spurs, the best defensive wing in the class, and it's not even close. Okoro will be the perfect replacement for Kawhi Leonard. Okoro is my personal favorite wing in the draft. He's the exact same physicals as Kawhi at 6'6", 225 pounds. If he can develop a scoring ability somewhere even like in the same universe as Kawhi's, he'll definitely be an all-star for years to come. But he struggled tremendously as a shooter at Auburn, but he can always improve that. And the Spurs have hopefully found their new goated young wing in Okoro. Now, trade details here. Pacers trade up for the number 9 pick to take Tyrese Halliburton, give up the number 19 pick, Doug McDermott, TJ Leaf, the 2023 first rounder, and the 2021 second rounder. All things considered, they didn't sacrifice too much to snag a point guard with the most potential out of anybody else in the draft. The Wizards acquire a lot of assets for a rebuild in their immediate future. I expect them to trade Wall and Beal next season. The Pacers now have one of the best young defensive backcourts in the league with Oladipo and Halliburton, and hopefully they can make a deep playoff run in the future as long as they stay healthy. Now, number 11, the Phoenix Suns, Cole Anthony. He draws contact extremely well in the paint, and he's one of the best inside scoring one guards in the class. Now, the Suns have one of the better scoring duos in the league now with Anthony and Booker, and will be extremely fun to watch. Now, number 12, Tyrese Maxey to the Dallas Mavericks. He's a 6'3", 3-and-D combo guard from Kentucky that really didn't play to expectations last season. He shot poorly, and he's never going to be anything special in the NBA. But luckily for him, the Mavs are just looking for a solid 3-and-D wing to complement Luka in the backcourt, and the Kings barely charged them anything for them to trade up to this spot. Now, number 13, the Trailblazers take Aaron Nesmith, an athletic wing who's arguably the best shooter in the draft. He shot 50% from downtown at Vanderbilt, and while this was only 14 games, these stats are wowing scouts enough to convince the Blazers to take him at number 13. The Blazers improve immediately on both sides of the ball with this pick. He's going to be the perfect replacement for Carmelo Anthony. Number 14, the New Orleans Pelicans select Jaden McDaniels, a tremendous stretch four who can be a great asset for the Pelicans off the bench. If they want to run a small ball lineup, he can be the perfect small ball 5. And if the Pelicans continue to just gather assets, and their offense has so much potential now. Number 15, Theo Maledon, another 6'5" French point guard, goes to the Magic. And this is the second bust I'm predicting in this class, with the first being Okongwu. The Magic take another foreign bust, and the public believes that this is the next point guard available at this pick. But I think he's going to be a bust because I don't really see any potential here. Now, trade details here. The Mavericks trade. They received the number 12 pick, and they only have to give up 2 second-rounders and a pretty worthless 2022 first-rounder, as they're going to be contending. And that pick will be anywhere from number 20 to number 30. It's going to be very high up. And the Kings were desperate to trade down here to help their image, because they didn't want to be seen taking a reach. And Vladdy was clearly super worried about the reaction from Twitter here, so he traded down and barely got any value for it. Now, coming in at number 16, we got the Brooklyn Nets. They're taking forward Precious Achiuwa, an extremely raw forward that the Nets can hopefully develop into a solid asset for them while I try to win a ring this year. But he might have the most potential out of any other forward in this draft, and the Nets don't have anything to lose here. Now, number 17, forward Patrick Williams goes to the Grizzlies, a 6'8" wing who excels at guarding smaller players on the wing. He can be the secret weapon for the Grizzlies as they try to get through the Western Conference with guards like Curry, Harden, Westbrook, Lillard, just to name a few. Williams will also help space the floor for Ja Morant, as he shot 39% of his threes at Florida State, and the future is very bright in Memphis. And number 18, the Sixers take Leonardo Balmero. The Sixers are convinced that he would be the J.J. Redick replacement for their offense, but they're wrong. He's just another mediocre 3-and-D player. My NBA comparison for him would be Terrence Ross, but with zero athletic ability. This is another player I think will be a bust, and I expect the Sixers to take the bait on him. Number 19, Josh Green. He's heading to Washington. He's a decent spot-up shooter and a decent bench piece for the Wizards. I don't see him being anything special. He's not the greatest passer, not the greatest shooter, and he's not very athletic. He's definitely going to be a solid role player in the league. At number 20, the Sacramento Kings select Pokusevski, the youngest player in the draft. NBA comparison is no doubt Nikola Jokic, but he's the poorest of the poor man's Nikola Jokic. The Kings will be stupid enough to take him here. And he's the fourth player I'm predicting to be a bust so far. There can only be one Nikola Jokic. Now, number 21, the Oklahoma City Thunder select forward Cassius Stanley out of Duke. This is by far the biggest reach in the draft. However, he fits so well with the Thunder that I had to put him here. He can play either wing position. He'll be the better version of Lou Dort on the Thunder currently. He underperformed at Duke, but he still has so much potential. And I think he's going to be the perfect complementing wing to Chris Paul and Shea. He fits so well with his team. I can't get over it. Now, coming in at number 22, we have the perfect small ball 4 or 5 for the Thunder. Saddiq Bey goes to the Rockets. Did I say Thunder? I meant Rockets. He shot 45% from the three-pointer at Villanova, and all of his weaknesses can be disregarded as a part of Mike D'Antoni's offense. He's a great wing defender as well. And so he fits perfectly in Mike D'Antoni's small ball 3-point based offense. He's a perfect match for this team. Number 23, the Miami Heat select Isaiah Stewart from Washington. He's the best offensive rebounder in this class. He can definitely help take some pressure off Bam Adebayo off the bench or starting next to him at the 4 spot. He's an undersized 5, but makes up for it with athleticism and strength. He's an absolute paint beast. And coming in at number 24, the Jazz select forward Tyler Bey out of Colorado. He shot 42% from 3. He can be the perfect replacement for Joe Ingles, who's aging quickly. And he played 4 in college, but he can easily convert to a 3. And number 25, the Nuggets select guard RJ Hampton from New Zealand. As the Nuggets usually do, they take another player with amazing potential, like Michael Porter Jr. last year, or Bol 2 years ago. These two players slipped very far down in their respective drafts, and RJ Hampton falls right into that category. RJ Hampton is a very versatile combo guard. His stock dropped because he didn't play in college, but he's still 100% a first-round talent. And number 26, guard Jahmi'us Ramsey goes to the Raptors. He's one of many combo guards in this draft. He's tremendous in transition. He's going to be a great scorer as a backup 2 guard for the Raptors. Now coming in at number 27, Kira Lewis goes to the Celtics. At only 6'2", 165 pounds, he's extremely quick, but he needs to gain some weight to ever compete at the next level. He's a good shooter, but nothing special. He's a very, very poor defender, and he relies on floaters too much to have any future success. He's the 5th player I'm predicting to be a bust in this class, and his NBA comparison is Cam Payne, someone who never amounted to much in the league. Number 28, the Clippers select Xavier Tillman. He's a very undersized center who's going to learn a lot from playing behind Montrezl Harrell. The Clippers take a very raw big man here, and just like the Nets, they have nothing to lose here. Now at number 29, another raw center who fits the Bucks draft tendencies here, picking DJ Wilson, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Thon Maker. Players with a lot of potential, but only one of them amounted to anything. And the Bucks, their draft philosophy is to reach for prospects with a lot of potential. And Giannis has been a hit, so you can't really fault them for their draft philosophy because it's worked very well. And Zeke is going to sit at the bottom of their depth chart until he either busts or breaks down. Now, finally, number 30, the Los Angeles Lakers select Nico Mannion, the 3rd Arizona player in the 1st round. Nico is an excellent playmaker who shoots very well from 3. He struggles defensively, but he'll fit very well as another 3-and-D guard like Avery Bradley and Danny Green in LA. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know anything you changed in the comments below. And we'll be back with more videos soon. Peace out.